Well, our guest today is Colin Berg with the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation. Man, I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here. Appreciate the invite.
I love to get out there. We got more shoreline in Oklahoma than any other state, is that right?
That's exactly right. You're very educated on that.
Yeah, I are.
People can hardly believe that. They think of Oklahoma, as an arid state, but really we've got lots of major reservoirs and stream and river systems that across the state, and so more shoreline than any other state in the country.
Well, while we're on that, you just tapped on something there. We're running low on rainfall, and I read just the other day that the aquifer that runs underneath Oklahoma is down about halfway.
Yeah.
We're headed into serious territory, aren't we?
Well, there's always cycles. If you go back and look in time, as far as back in time and the history of Oklahoma and the water cycle system itself, it goes up and down. We have drought periods. We have, back in the 50s, the excessive drought periods that took place. So it's just something that naturally happens, and you're going to have those dry years, and then you're going to get really wet years. So we're just in that cycle where it's been dry, and now it kind of got wet for a year and a half or so, and now we've dried out again part of the state.
Is there, in your opinion, much confusion out there about how to treat the land? And I'm talking about folks who fish and hunt and utilize our resources.
Yeah, it's very important. We have education programs that we teach in school systems now, but it's important that people understand that what they do, the things that they leave, have an impact on the wildlife resources. If you're an angler, we try to educate our anglers about if you bought a new fishing lure and it's in a package when you get to the lake, pick it up and throw it in the trash. Don't leave if you've got an issue with your rod and reel, with the line. Sometimes people will take it all off and they'll throw it on the ground and they won't pick it up. So it can become issues, particularly in those heavily fished areas where you have a lot of folks. And taking care of our environment relies upon everybody. You're young, I was young, I've got siblings. I had to pick up after them. We teach in our hunter education program that, hey, leave it better than you found it. Whether you're fishing or hunting, if somebody has left that mess out there, pick it up and take care of our environment, because it takes all of us, and it's really important that we as adults instill that in our kids as well.
I belong to 2 or 3 different liars clubs because I fish.
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
Yeah.
How big was it, Sam? Oh. When it was more like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do enjoy trout fishing, and I enjoy eating them.
Mm-hmm.
More than anything else, and when I'm fortunate enough. And we have good trout streams here.
We've got good trout streams, and this time of year, actually, we've got some ponds in the Tulsa area that we stock. Jenks Veterans Park Pond started being stocked December 1st with trout. It'll be stocked through the month of February. So it's open to the public. It's a city park pond. It's just west of the Oklahoma Aquarium. It's got nice fishing docks and access there. There's a nice playground that's also adjacent to it, restroom facilities that are right there on site.
And this is a Veterans Park?
Veterans Park Pond and Jenks that we stock. And then we have the year-round trout fisheries in this area. The Lower Illinois River is a year-round trout fishery that we've got.
I've got a couple of honey holes down there.
And Broken Bow, below Broken Bow Lake. Lower Mountain Fork River is a year-round trout fishery. And then this time of year, we've got the Blue River that's being stocked, that's south of Oklahoma City area. Perry City Lake that's being stocked as well. So yeah, there's some definitely good trout fishing opportunities right here. And man, if you want to visit the Lower Illinois and Lower Mountain Fork River below Broken Bow and that Blue River area, if you're a trout fisherman, a fly fisherman, it's some of the most scenic areas that you can see in the state.
That you just tapped on something there that I wanted to hear your thoughts on. We have the call that exists throughout Oklahoma. We've got areas of totally unexplored woodland. In some cases, now it's protected.
Right.
You can't get in there unless you
Some
have a guide.
wilderness area stuff. Yeah.
We have an incredible reserve. Not an hour from here, hour and a half, with buffalo.
Yep.
That one can go to.
Yep. The nature preserve.
And yet we've got virtually every bird in the world here, plus we're part of a flyway.
Yeah, Oklahoma is so diverse. We've got swamps in the southeast Oklahoma. We got short and mixed grass prairie. We got the tall grass prairie, cross timbers. You go all the way out to the Panhandle, the tip of the Panhandle, and the Black Mesa State Park area is a beautiful area. And it's just, traditionally people have thought across the U.S. Oklahoma's flat, and that's all it is. We got pine trees, we got oak forests, we've got the beautiful grasslands, and I mean, it's tremendously diverse. We are one of the most diverse states in the United States.
But we don't have chestnut trees.
Right.
Nobody's got a chestnut tree anymore.
No, they
I think there's
died off.
50 or 52
Yeah.
that they can find in this country. It was a blight out of China. We'll talk about this some other time. But, at this time of year, we're taping this before Christmas, the old Christmas song,
Yeah.
Chestnuts roasting in an open fire. What are you going to substitute, walnuts?
Yeah,
Hey, it ain't there,
exactly.
partner. How important is hunter safety, fishing safety, just general wildlife safety out there to folks that don't do it that much?
It's extremely important, whether you're an avid person or you're just a first-time hunter. We emphasize, we've got an online hunter education course because everything in the country seems to be going online. People have so many other activities taking place. You can sit down with your kids and do the course on your computer. We also have live courses that we teach, and then we've got courses that are being offered through our school systems with our education programs that we work with the schools on. But it's something that, particularly if you're invited to go hunting with somebody, you can hunt as an apprentice, what we call as an apprentice hunting license. Hunting big game, you have to be sitting right next to the person if you're hunting with a muzzleloader or a rifle and not have hunter ed. Small game, normal voice communication. But
Well, I didn't know we were going to run this at this point, but go ahead. What do we see?
this here is our Archery in the Schools program. This is Brad Cohen. He's up in Locust Grove, and his kid's going through the National Archery in the Schools program, which is the first in-school program that we started back in 2004. And it's a national program. Now over 2 million kids across the United States and actually across the world participate in this program. We also have hunter education in the schools that they're teaching. This is a school in Oklahoma City that's doing our Archery in the Schools program right here. We do fishing in schools, which Mr. Frank Blair right here is doing. He's at Owasso Schools, 8th grade center, is teaching our basic fishing in the schools program. These are programs that any school can get involved with, Sam. It's not just, rural schools that are doing this. These are urban schools that are getting involved in all these outdoor ed programs.
Now, will folks from your area come to the school as...
No, what we do is we train the teachers and we provide them with these resource kits where, like the Archery in the Schools program, it's the only program that costs the school. It comes with we cover about $2,000 of the cost. We provide them with 12 bows and arrows, 12 bows and a backstop net. The school has to purchase the arrows, the targets, and the bow rack and the repair kit, which is around $1,300 to $1,400 that it costs them. The Fishing in Schools program, we provide them free of charge at our 2-day trainings that they come to, a $500 fishing kit that comes with 25 rods and reels, terminal tackle, posters, everything that they're going to need to participate in fishing at their school. You saw them using the rope and the eye bolts. That's part of the kit that they can actually use. Instead of using hooks, it's big enough that everybody can see what you're doing as far as how to tie the different fishing knots. We've got a program called Explore Bow Fishing, where we give them 5 bow fishing rigs that they attach to those 12 bows, and they do bow fishing activities in the classroom, in the gymnasium or in their VOAG class, or some of them even in science class that they're using these programs. Then we've got hunter education in the schools, where we teach them to use our hunter education manual. They can either do it online. We've got our own manual. We worked with the University of Central Oklahoma on producing it. It's Oklahoma-specific hunter education course, and it's got activity pages that they can do that they can use in the classroom to get certified hunter ed at school. And then our last program that we've got is this program right here, Scholastic Shooting Sports. It started 4 years ago. We've got 155 high schools that this spring will be participating in our scholastic shooting sports, a trap-based shotgun shooting program. And we hold regional competitions where they come and participate. They can field a team of up to 15 individuals on a junior high team and 15 on a high school team. Take the top 10 scores, at least 3 will be opposite gender, so you saw girls and boys participating in this. Then they can advance to our state shoot that we have in Oklahoma City that'll be in April. Kids get to use their own firearms. We provide the school with a clay target thrower, a gun safe, hearing and eye protection, and 20 boxes of clay targets, and then through the generous donation of Larry and Brenda Potterfield, who are owners of Midway USA. To date, they've given almost $3.5 million. The majority of it goes to endowment programs.
And it pays off for Oklahoma down the road, big dividends.
It does, and it's neat to see these kids participating in these programs.
I hate to interrupt you. You're going to take a short break. We'll come back. I want to talk some more about the educational factor.
You bet.
You brought some things we're going to show
Yeah.
to folks at home. Back with more right after this.